I tell you what, I was very proud of our effort, particularly on the defensive end. For the most of the game, I tell you what, you take away Shabazz's, he kind of put knocked the air out of us there for a while when he made those great shots. But we rebounded, and that's the thing. We came back and rebounded. We had some free throw problems there that allowed him to creep back in. But I was just glad that we were able to regroup and come away with this 9-point win. They're a team that's going to beat a lot of people, particularly at home. But I think they're going to beat a lot of people during the course of the season. And I thought Caven did a good job, particularly on the offensive end. Nigel Pearson learned a lot today. He and I were talking coming off the floor. I said, well, this is a learning experience because he had a guard, potential I think a second or third team preseason all-conference player, Shabazz. And so, for a freshman, I think he's doing a pretty outstanding job. I really do. We got good minutes from two other freshmen, Marlon and Neja and Emmanuel King. Didn't score a lot of points, but he sure hit a big one there, that layup that he hit. And then finally, O.J. Black. And when you get scoring like that, 21 from Caven, 9 from Bobby, 10 from O.J., and 11 from Nigel, you can win some games. That's 3 double-digit scores and one that's very close. Where we need to get some help is we need to get some help from, our inside people scoring. And believe me, we are working on that and pushing that every day in practice. Anyway, and we'll continue to work on it. The 1-3-1 defense also caused us some troubles. We'll work on that a little bit because I'm sure some other people are going to see that and say, hey, we might want to take a look at that when we play them too. Can I answer any questions for you?
I remember you told me before that heading into this weekend, not playing their game, playing your guys' game, controlling the tempo. It seemed like you guys did a very good job of that, obviously, aside from Shabazz hitting the shots that he did. What were your thoughts on it?
I thought the game plan, the first half in particular, went very well. Control the tempo, stop their fast break, lock them down, and we scored some points off turnovers. Matter of fact, off turnovers, they reversed it. But in the first half, I want to say we had, I forget how many, and I want to say 6 or 8, and they had like only 2. The part of the game that bothers me, and this goes along with our big men, is the offensive rebounds. They got 14 offensive rebounds, and that bothered me. And we harped on that all the time. For one, they shoot a lot of threes, and those rebounds off of threes are rebound far out. But what bothered me was that offensive rebound on that free throw there late in the game. And that was emphasized before we went out for the free throw. So, we shot the ball well, 49%. I'll take that. Holding them to 39%, I'll take that. Our free throws did not go very well, but basically that's because Caven missed 6. And I don't understand that, how he can hit threes but can't hit free throws, but that's a problem. And, turnovers went well for us, 10 to 16 for them, 10 for us. We had 14 assists. They only had 10. Now, I want to point that out. A lot of their buckets were great individual effort. And, when I like to say that if the other team doesn't have a lot of assists, that you are stopping their defense. Now, the next thing, when that happens, somebody's going to, try to go do it on their own, and we got to stop that. We got to be ready to stop that individual player. Any other questions that you might have?
You guys are up big heading into the half, and then they got it to, I believe, within 2 was the closest they got.
I did. We were up 16, or was it 35-19, wasn't it, at half? Yeah, 16. Yeah. And they cut it to 2, and I knew we were in a little bit of trouble when he hit those. He had a flurry of 3 or 4 shots.
Three in a row.
But, he was even some 2s. He had some. So I want to say he had a stretch of like 11 straight points. And that really – I almost felt sorry for Nigel because I thought, you really didn't do a bad job, Nigel. He just made some great plays.
Right.
Congratulations to Cave and Tilbury for going, 1,000-point club today. He's been a critical or integral part of our team, and I'm happy for him. What we're going to have to do a better job of in the future is rebounding, and we're going to have to do a better job of shooting free throws and getting to the free throw line. I thought, I want to throw out some kudos to O.J. Black. I thought he did a good job today too. Anything else, gentlemen?
Some of your players mentioned that when they play together well as a team, that they could be with the best in the conference.
I believe that.
Right?
I believe that. I believe that. I believe that when we play defense, for example, our games in Hawaii, I was just really pleased. We played 120 minutes, 40 minutes per game. And probably for about 110 minutes, we played some really good D. There was a stretch there in the second half against Hawaii that we let it get away from us. And I really was pleased. Then we come back to Corpus and play a great first half, but let too many points second half. And that kind of cracked our veneer, so to speak, and put a little crack in our confidence about that. Then we go to UTSA and actually didn't give up a lot of points. We just shot the ball. What was it, 62-48? And we have one of the worst shooting performances my team's ever had. I don't even think there was a lot of bad shots. And then we go to Rio Grande Valley, who and don't play well down there, defensively speaking. And so I got to get them back to where we were going into Hawaii tournament, because they had it pretty good then. They had done a pretty good job there. And I think tonight's game is somewhat like those games we had there. I'll take 58 points holding an opponent like them, 58, any day. I really will.
What do you mean by an opponent like them?
They're a very fast-paced team. They score a lot of points. They like to shoot the ball in the first 12, 14 seconds. If you're not getting back and setting your defense up, they're going to get a shot off pretty quick based on tapes. So for them to only score 58 is a good thing. It's a real feather in our cap.